go. Hello and welcome to Easy Boards. My goodness, thanks for clicking on board. And now what we're going to show you is where we are, and believe it or not, what are we in? We're in the gold, right? So that means we moved from silver and now we're in the gold section. And what does that mean? It means now what gold is all about decision making, right? So what we need to do is try and make some decisions in what we're going to do. So the decision process means we're going to follow this through, and we're at a different jigsaw piece. So we're going to take this, and this is why this is a very important bit, but it's in the gold section, and it is number 7. And do you remember what that was about? That was all about measurements, right? So this is all about the measurement and making the correct measurement on things. And there's loads of different measurements to make, but we're going to do this and demonstrate it in 7 minutes time. So in 7 minutes we're going to have this complete and finished, okay? And also, not just that, but we're also going to do it in an example, which you know we're in the car, and even with the car, the example is what is that all about. And very simply, in the car, there's lots of measuring that goes on in the car, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to start that and we're going to explain how it works. But is this important for you as well? Oh my goodness. Measuring is also one of the most incredible things to take on board. We even measure for the clothes we wear. So many things have to be measured right, and you know if you measure something, you're going to have a better result or a better know about something in the future. So what we're going to do, we're going to explain it. It's all about still not just building the foundations of walls, we're now putting on a very strong roof, okay? So what you're going to do next is take it a bit further. And why is it so important to follow this through, not just once, but everything? And everything, the best example in the world is that people will measure practically everything in one way or another. But this is something that's super important. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it a bit further. You are going to take it on board with me, because we're going to deal with it in the whiteboard and stuff done so far on your piece of paper too. I'm going to take it further. And we're going to now copy down the position of everything that we've done so far and just do a quick reminder on it, and we're going to do it again in private, just me and you together, so you can think about it, and you're going to decide whether you want to continue with Easy Boards or not. But just let's say think about this, because today we're going to use the black pen, but also there's a green pen, and the difference about these two, we know one black is fact, but the green is the measurement bit, and it's an important element to use, right? So there is going to be a bit of a mix between these, but the answers already on these are not going to be difficult this time. They're very easy, but that's because it's the beginning of measurement. If you can't answer the question, you can guess it, but I'm a bit worried if you can't answer this question, right? So we're going to be quick, and are you ready? Right, let's go. So what we did before is, number 1, we did the timeline and we did planning, which is also about my age and your age too. We then said, how much is the income, what you're earning, what you used to, and how has it changed. We then said, not just this, we're going to look forward. So we got to 3 and we did forward look, and we're going to say, okay, when I get to a certain point, I might want the last income I have and the last time I work with this, but then I want to continue on the next one is a forward thought, which is actually how much income I have and for how long is it going to be, right? But then we also said, in the next one we said, in number 6, we want to know the asset base, and we want to know what the position is on numbers 8A, 8B, and what is it all numbers to record, and Mr. Checklist wanted to take that through. When we got to number 6, we said, okay, we also want to know about taxation. We want to know the 2 levels of taxation here. Should you record them? So you're still recording it down, and it still doesn't matter whether you've done a little bit of it or all of it or where you're going to go with it. So today we're going to look about something similar, which is measurement, but it's going to be very easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the green pen and I'm going to say, okay, I'm not just doing that, I'm going to use the ruler too. So what we're going to do, I just want to know in this position here, I want you to take a pen and measure from the existing position all the way back to that position at age 25. Of that baby position or adult position. How many years was it? So for my position, it was 17 years. Okay, that's just the first bit. The second bit what I want to know is all the way from there to age 53, how many years to go there? So that's the measure for that one, and that's the measure for that one, and that is 10 years. Right? I'm also going to put something in here, but it's just a thought process. I'm not writing it on the board yet. But there's always going to be a position as well, from the age of 54, how many years am I going to measure to provide for me? Right? Doesn't matter, not just yet, but it's just, you can see where this is going. And it's not just measuring time, there's all kinds of different things we're going to measure. But we're going to come back to that because we just want to start with the basic stuff first, even though we're in the gold element. So what we're going to do, we need, it's a checklist, believe it or not. He's going to say, okay, I need to have number 10, and that needs to be the measure. And in number 10, I need to measure two things. One is 10A and one is 10B, and that's this one here, which is 10A, so the age from the beginning to now, and 10B, which would be the number of years, all the way through till you think, oh no, I wouldn't mind changing things at that point there. So we're going to put those in there, and then you're going to follow that through. So as well, Mr. Checklist is going to be happy with that. Now, what's amazing with this is that you've still stretched the foundations again, you brought something else to the plan, you've added something to it, and it's such a good start to make sure it goes. But if you hadn't done this, if you didn't measure something, it's fairly straightforward that you might not get the result you're expecting if you weren't measuring it all the way through. You might just end up with the result that you've given. Right? That might not be the best way to do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to provide even further in this, we're going to go deeper and deeper. But at this stage, we're just trying to build something like this and help you think about it, right? So at the end of it, what we're going to do, you've created something that you can take even further and take in thought process a lot deeper. But it doesn't matter at this stage. If you don't know the numbers, it doesn't matter. Just put an example numbers. I expect you to know these, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to the next level. And what else you give yourself? Well, you give yourself a big green tick because you've done that. Well done. So what we're doing here is actually making sure that it's something that if it doesn't really matter what the measurement is, but there are so many tools to measure in so many different ways, and it's the measurement that will help you make a decision on things because you're very clear on that thing. So we still need to be very clear on what are we measuring, what are all the elements, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to then take this into the other board, which is then taking number 7 with us with a colour in it, which is red, amber or green, because believe it or not, it's a measurement of this, isn't it, in a strange way. So you're going to say whether you're totally happy with that, you're not so sure about that, or you need a bit of help even more with that, okay? So we're going to show you what we can do. I'll meet you at the other board, and I can't wait to see you then. See you soon.